I don't believe in lavender marriages. I don't believe anyone should feel the need or be subjected to being in a lavender marriage. It may look like it's safe from the outside. It may look very safe, but inside, it often costs the truth, it costs intimacy, and most importantly, it costs peace. I believe that love should be honest, commitment should be chosen freely, without fear, without pressure, without survival, or being in survival mode. Everyone should have the dignity to be fully seen and the freedom to live without pretending. I don't think people should feel like for them to be authentic with who they are is for them to feel selfish. Do not feel selfish about who you really are. The human thing to do on this planet is to live your authentic self. I believe being in a lavender marriage undermines honesty and consent. And marriage for me is built on truth and mutual understanding. When marriage exists to hide something or to put a facade or to pretend to be something, I feel like there will always be one partner that is not either fully informed or fully and freely consenting to the conditions of that relationship. I struggle to believe that there are two consenting adults who are free, who are genuine with their intentions, who would want to be in a lavender marriage. Even when they both agree, I feel like one of the partners will usually be under pressure. And the freedom that is usually portrayed in these kinds of setups is not of genuine freedom. I would still love to see somebody to convince me that lavender marriage are consensual and there is no pressure from either of the partners. I believe lavender marriages have the potential, and hear me correctly, here I am talking about potential. I'm not saying they are, but I believe they have a potential to cause emotional and psychological harm. Because if you live a double life, the likelihood is you might suffer from anxiety because you fear being exposed. And even from those who don't fear being exposed. What about emotional, physical, and psychological connection that you want from a partner? What if one partner has resentment and loss of self-worth because they want to be loved in a certain way, but they feel that they have to accept this kind of an arrangement? And the long-term effects of that could really take a psychological toll on this partner. And my worry about lavender marriages is authentic intimacy that both partners should have for each other within this marriage, especially within a monogamous marriage. I'm not talking here about marriages where there are other people involved, other people intimately involved. What about the romantic connection? I know not everybody feels or wants a romantic connection, but I would love for somebody to convince me that both partners do not want romantic connection. Both partners do not want sexual fulfillment or emotional openness. I really worry about the partner who wants all of that, but feels like this is a way to settle. Both partners can feel unloved, they can feel unseen, they can feel trapped. And in lavender marriages that were not so much agreed upon, there is always a partner who's unaware that they're in a lavender marriage. They know they are, but they are unaware of the other partner's intention to keep them in a lavender marriage. And in many cases, one spouse will enter a marriage expecting traditional, romantic, connected partnership, but later to discover that that was not the intention. Sometimes this happens after years of investment. Sometimes this happens when there are already children involved in the marriage. And imagine what this can result in. It can result in betrayal trauma. It can result in loss of trust. And think about the emotional pain that the other partner will be subjected to. And what about the social pressure and the stigma? We need to stop reinforcing the stigmas. Wherever stigma exists, we should try to break down the stigma. As long as there is no harm being done, we need to stop stigmatizing normal human behavior. Normal, acceptable behavior which is within the realms of the role. Let us stop punishing being authentic to who we are. Let us stop rewarding conformity. Not everybody will conform. And let us not reward when people conform. Let us be honest with who we are, what we are, and what we want. Let us not reinforce the pressure that society imposes on us by being in a marriage that looks conventional. Let us not normalize hiding, putting up a face in the public. That is challenge those normative conventions. Not everything should fit within a box, and it's okay. And that actually is what we should be encouraging as a society. Let us not delay people's healing and people's freedom. Rather than resolving inner conflict, a love in the marriage is likely to postpone the conflict that you feel inside. What happens in a situation where then you connect with another person? And I'm not saying this will not happen in a non-lavender marriage. At the need might grow stronger. The need for real intimate connection might grow stronger. And then what happens then? What we should be promoting is that people should always be authentic. If people live without authenticity, it is a serious problem not only within that family, but the ripple effect that has on a society. It's something that we will struggle with for generations. Because in the past, people enter lavender marriages to survive, to avoid violence, to avoid imprisonment, to avoid job loss, rejection from family and friends. That is not the case today. And if you are in a society that still behaves like that, move to a place that is accepting so that you can live your authentic life. Do not be subjected to societal pressures. The mess thing about things today is that you can move. If you cannot afford to move, find a way. Please find a way to go and be around people who accept you for who you are. There is no need for people to be in lavender marriages. And I believe everybody should strive to live their true authentic self.